You never know when you might be going to the emergency room for yourself or for a loved one. When this year started, I never dreamed that I would be in the emergency room 4 times. It all started on New Year's Day when I took my mom to the emergency room. She's 89 now and she's doing fine. I also took her to the emergency room in September. Both we and her doctors are careful of Mom due to her age. So both times they sent us to the emergency room for symptoms that turned out to not be life-threatening. Then, on March 5th, I was nervous but enjoying my first time driving a snowmobile by myself on the Gunflint Trail. I never dreamed that later that morning I would end up in the emergency room of Grand Marais after a snowmobile accident. Thankfully, my broken vertebrae, my concussion, my brain bleed, and other injuries all healed after a few days in the hospital, some therapy, and a few weeks at home. I could have easily died or suffered a permanent spinal injury. Finally, on Christmas Day, I took my brother to the emergency room. His doctor wanted him checked out to see if he had pneumonia. He did have COVID pneumonia, but thankfully it was mild and he did not need to be hospitalized. So all 4 of my visits to the emergency room this year turned out relatively well. But even if they didn't, I and my loved ones have the peace of mind of knowing that our legal paperwork is all in order. We often hear from families who have a loved one in the hospital who does not have the paperwork in order, and it's too late to get it in order. At a time when they are already under great stress, they need to go through a lot of extra hassle, pay thousands of extra dollars, all in an attempt to get their loved one's wishes fulfilled on an emergency basis. It is heartbreaking to see. We want you and your loved ones to have peace of mind knowing when trips to the emergency room or other challenges come up that you have done everything you can legally to protect you and your loved ones. Want to learn more about making trips to the emergency room less stressful? Call us today and schedule a Life and Legacy session. We will educate and empower you so that you can make the best decisions for you and your loved ones.